Hi, and welcome to a mini lecture for the musculoskeletal system. The skeletal part of this system, or skeleton, contains approximately 200 bones, and the muscular part approximately 600 muscles. Together, this can or will allow us to have certain posture and certain movements. If any of the parts of the musculoskeletal system are in dysfunction, then we will not have that fluid motion and range of motion that we should have in order to conduct our daily lives or tasks that we wish to conduct. The system adapts continuously, and the more one does a certain movement, whether it's good or bad, it will then adapt to that consistency of movement and build bigger muscles or stronger bones, or at the worst case, if it's an incorrect movement, it will cause limited range of motion of certain joints and limited use of certain muscles, so they waste away, and then when you do need that certain movement, you won't be able to perform it without pain, or you won't be able to perform it with great control, and therefore you'll end up having a high risk of sustaining an injury. The bones provide leverage points where the muscles can attach through what we call tendons. So the muscle fibers grow into tendons, the tendons attach to the bone, and then the bone is moved via the muscle contraction. Every muscle has synergistic muscles, or muscles that work with them, in order to support a movement and create a fluid, smooth type motion. So when performing exercise, one must consider how certain muscles will take over and support certain parts of that movement. So all movements can be divided into micro movements. One muscle in the synergistic group will create more strength at a certain point of that movement, so in a certain micro movement, and then another muscle may take over and create the rest of the movement. Muscles also have antagonists, or muscles that are opposite. So a great example of this is your bicep and tricep. When your bicep contracts, your tricep must release and open. So if you have a muscle like a tricep that is quite weak and underdeveloped, then every time you do a bicep curl, you'll be risking injury of the areas where the tricep will attach, or you'll be performing the joint movement, the hinge joint of your elbow, to move more and more into a bicep curl position. Therefore, when you go to reach out your arm, maybe pointing for directions, you may feel a small sting or pain around your elbow. Because of this imbalance in muscle size and muscle strength between the equal and opposites, this is what can cause damage to the joints. The damage to the joints generally comes from the cartilage. The cartilage is that soft substance that goes over the ends of bones to allow bones to come towards each other and have a soft, spongy surface if they do move against each other. The key role in health of the musculoskeletal system is to be weight bearing, to allow us to stand and move correctly. And it also does actually store minerals and protect our organs, produces blood cells, like in our long bones, our legs and our arms, for example, our hips, via bone marrow. It will also store minerals in our muscles and store minerals in our bones, which can be used later in case of an emergency or our diet is not sufficient at that particular day and time. By building resilience through strength training and cardiovascular training, we'll have a very healthy musculoskeletal system, and therefore help our development along life, especially during the teenage years, which will support us for the rest of our lives. Thank you.